Hello everyone, Lisa Haas with Lisa Haas Custom Sewing. Today we're going to go into a shirring demonstration. Shirring is nothing more than separating out a section of a pattern to be very gathered onto another one. In this pattern, it is a blouse. I did no darts fitted. This out of the way. And essentially there's this is a front placket. And the first thing I'm going to do is to move all of these buttonhole placements. I'm going to select them all by dragging them. I'm going to group them. Then I'm just going to scoot them out of the way. Let's look at these markers. This is the fold line right here. So this here is going under. Because this section here, which is going to be, let's just SK for a specification, this is going to fold under 1 inch. So if I did just a visual guide, let's change that, dash dot dash. This is a visual guide as to how far this is going to be folded under. Technically, let's try this. I'm going to get rid of that. And I am going to select all of that. I'm going to copy it over to here. Put a line across here. And another one here. I'll get rid of this 1 inch. This and this and this and this are now going to be changed to dash stitching lines. Actually, no, this bottom line isn't. This one and this one and this one, because this is where our hem is. So let's change this to a dashed stitching line. I'm going to copy the text. I'm going to rotate this by angle. $90. I'm changing the pattern name. Front button placket, 0.15. And then I'm going to offset my cutting lines. I'm going to do a 1½ inch hem. So this, yeah, I think that's right. And then I'm just going to intersect everything up. And group it. And then I'm going to get it out of the way. So then what happens here, this goes away, this goes away, this goes away. Okay, I need to move this over here. No, I don't. I've got my button placements on here, so that's okay. So I can get rid of all these button placements. Let's intersect here to here. And here to here. So let's draw a line from here to here. This is going to turn into stitching line. Okay. All right, we're ready to go. And the first thing, of course, we want to do is to draw our guide from the center of the bust point over. I'm going to intersect it to the center front. I'm going to copy the bust apex point and move it over 1.5 inches. That's just to get it out of the way. Although we're not doing a dark transfer, so this might not be totally necessary. But I'm going to do it. Now, shearing, as you can see from the example here, is what we're doing is our slash and pivot. So I need to know how long this is. This is 22. Let's locate 20 points. And then I'm going to draw lines from each of these points, right click at the point, go over to the outside of the pattern, intersect it up. Now I'm going to get in real close here because I want to make 20 copies of this. I have 20 points, I want 20 copies. And getting in close will allow you to click once, hold your control key, and match them up. I want to keep this a good amount from the neckline, which is just a little bit over an inch. I am not going to shear up through here. I am going to move my text up into the shoulder line to get it out of the way. And the next thing I'm going to do is just go around and intersect all of these lines. These are the slash and pivot lines to the outside of the pattern edge. Why won't that intersect? Delete this one, draw a line, right click here, hold the control key, drag all the way across, and then intersect. Here we go. I'm not going to intersect my guideline. Now, one thing I do know, let's put a specification in from here to here. That's 1.09. I want 1.5 inches hem, so I know this line needs to be removed. And I'm going to put a point 1.5 inches up from here. Just to give me a guide. So then this line can also be removed. I'm going to put let's do this. Let's put a line indicating the hemline right here. and I'll put a text in. Kim Turnip. All right. Now, one thing you should understand is in this create, or in this design tab right here, these commands, you do not have to select the object first. If we're doing the slash and pivot, it will automatically break these lines at the ends. So you don't have to go through and do a bunch of breaking. So let's do our first slash and pivot. This is the pivot point right here on the outside. Here's the other end. See how it broke that apart? Now you don't want to gather lots, so I'm going to do 0.125. I'm going to do 1/8. And I'm going to be rotating it counterclockwise and apply. I like to go ahead and select all these items again and group them. Let's do it again. Slash and pivot. You're going to have to get in close here. Here's the pivot point. Here's the other end. Select the line and everything above it. Since this is grouped, you don't have to select the individual objects. 0.125 counterclockwise. Once again, select everything above it and group it. Let's repeat. Slash and pivot. Here's the next one. Make sure you hold your shift key to select all the objects. Apply. 0.125 counterclockwise. Select the objects. I'm going to go ahead. I forgot to select. As a matter of fact, let's undo that. Let's redo that. Pivot point, other end. I'm going to get the marker. Point 125, counterclockwise, apply. I'm going to select the marker in this. I think that needs to go too. And group. Slash and pivot. You can see where it's been done because you have this separation between the points. So this is the next one. Select what you just pivoted and the grouped section and group. Because we're not selecting these points, you can tell where you left off. Let's do it again. This is the next one. Select your pivoted items along with the grouped items and group. Okay, the next one is this. Now, because this is so close to the underarm, we have to be careful. So let's select that and then zoom selected so we can see what we're doing. Actually, that's not the right one. Where are we? This is, yeah, that's the right one. Okay, let's do it again. Don't forget to come in here and get this little one. And that's group that. And again, go down here. And group. Let's continue on. Since we've got this guide here, we need to be careful. You can always tell where you left off by trying to select what you've grouped. Now, do we want to select the guide? No, we do not. And group. Let's continue on. Now, one thing I do want to caution you about, I'll just demonstrate. Make sure that you indicate a direction. If you don't, that's what happens. So you can always go back and indicate your direction. And then don't forget to group it again. Now, once again, we have just a small part of a object here. Once again, we have just a small section of an object here. And we need to catch that up in the next slash and pivot. And group. Where'd we go? And now we're coming to the end. I missed the grouping up here, but that's okay, we got it. Last one. Don't forget to get your grouping section. Okay, one more. Now, you really don't have to group this last section. I like to, just to be consistent. All of this is going to be sheared onto this front. So basically, all of this can go away. And all of these points. This is another reason why you want to group these items. We don't want that gone. We can delete all those. This and this should be grouped. Okay, so now let's ungroup this whole mess. You're going to have to ungroup in multiple places because different sections have been ungrouped. Just keep going upwards. Okay, the entire thing has been ungrouped. Let's go ahead and get rid of our guideline. First thing we have to do is to copy our best point or best apex circle back 1.5. If you get off kilter, just hold your control key again to line it up. Now we can get rid of the guide. There's an extra point. That is a road line. What you really need to do is to select all these lines down here. And we're going to change those to our dashed stitching line. Come down here and change this back to the solid line. We can get rid of the hemline turn up. Wrong. And I think I messed up. I don't think that was right. So let's just do a line from here to here. This is, you can actually turn it up 1.5 inches. It'll be shorter. And that's basically all you do. I messed up a couple of places, I think, with this hemline, but you get the general idea. I hope this helps you. Just keep practicing. Repetition is the way that you're going to learn the most effective and expedient way to use these tools. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good day.